You are listening to another AlwaysMoto production. The AlwaysMoto podcast with your host, David Hogan. We talk moto events from around the world. All the injuries, all the training ins and outs, the bikes, parts and gear inspections. The results, we interview your favourite riders. It's the AlwaysMoto podcast. We occasionally have some coarse language and the odd stuff up along the way. If you don't like it or you don't agree with us, turn it off right now.
I'd like to remind you that he is not a doctor.
Alright, we're in Melbourne, Marvel Stadium for round 4 of the Australian Supercross Series. This is our biggest event on the calendar for the Australian Supercross Series in 2025, and it has been for many years now. We've got the track build going on the way behind me here. We've had our press activities, we've had some riding on track, we've had our press conference for the riders and the team managers. We were able to catch up with a few of the riders at the venue here this morning that you're going to see come up here very shortly. Obviously, Jet and Hunter are very popular at this event. They are the draw cards that are going to bring in hopefully 40,000 plus people into this empty stadium that's behind me right now, but it won't be so empty tomorrow night. If you're watching this, hopefully you can get yourself down here to Marvel Stadium and be a part of the action. It's going to be jam-packed. It's going to be off the hook, as they say. But in terms of Jet and Hunter, they are happy to be here. Lots of talk about them and the potential for them not coming back in the future years. They didn't commit to any of that talk that's sort of been mentioned in other media outlets after the Paris round of Supercross that they had just a week ago. But we have caught up with Lars Lindstrom. Unfortunately, got the cut a little bit short. He had to run off to the team manager press conference. We did catch up with Hunter Lawrence's mechanic as well, and he talked about some of the parts that they've travelled with this time, which is something different from what they've done previously. So check that out. Pay attention to the details that he gives you there. And hopefully across this weekend, we'll give you a lot more coverage. We're going to try and catch up with a few more of these people throughout the day tomorrow, not just our post-race coverage that we normally get for our interviews after the event. So we'll have plenty to get here. Check out the socials, AlwaysMoto on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. All right, no more from me. Let's get straight into the action here at the press day for the interviews at Marvel Stadium. We're going? Yep. All right, we've got Dylan Wills down here. We're at Marvel Stadium, mate. Back in one piece, hopefully, this weekend. You missed out on Cronulla at round 3 from a little midweek crash. How's the body? How's everything going at this point?
Body's still a little banged up, but they're things that I've been able to push through, get some decent time on the bike and start getting a feel for this Yamaha, it was a pretty quick turnaround from when I got the bikes to round 1. So that was tough, but we've had some good time, figured a few things out with the bike, and the bike is amazing. Rider's still a work in progress. But we're getting there for sure. I can ride really good. To me, it's just going to be about the lap. So we'll see what we can do. Try and rip a few good starts and get to work here tomorrow.
It was teeth and knee and all sorts of bits and pieces for you before Cronulla, which sucks because it was your home race and you had the whole nice kit going there with the jersey, Cronulla jersey and everything. That's got to be a bummer to miss out on that one particular round. Of all the ones you could have had a little issue with, yeah, that's the one.
Oh, for sure, man. I grew up, I'm a Shire boy, I recently moved to Wollongong 4.5 months ago. So for there to be a race in the Sutherland Shire, at Cronulla, a stadium that I've driven past my whole life thinking how sick would it be to race the Supercross, to miss that the one time, I was devastated, man. I was so devastated. I even had a little cry after, because I tried to do qualifying, and it was hard because muscle memory and what we do got me through to whatever I was, 9th or 8th in qualifying, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you look good.
You're doing well. Why did you pull out?
Yeah, all that stuff. They're like, oh, you're right, you look good. And I'm like, no, man. And the best reference that I had, or the best example I had, was how you go on a road trip and you kind of get to a landmark and you're at a servo and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? Yeah. That was how I was riding, and I was although I can go and do a lap and still put a few good names behind me, I was like, it's not worth it. I don't want to bring someone else down because I'm too stubborn to sit out a home race. At the end of the day, I'm not Jet or Hunter. I'm me at Cronulla, so it's not.
You're Dylan Wills. You're fine, mate. You're good. You're okay. okay.
It's not a massive deal, but for me, yeah, it was a hard one, a hard pill to swallow. But in the end, it was the right decision for sure.
Yeah, look, all right. So you've had a couple of weeks now. You're feeling all right. How was the little press ride here at Marvel? Is it familiar from years past? Does it look good? What are you thinking of it so far?
So far, it's really good. It actually feels a little bit different, to be fair. The dirt's a lot tackier. Last year, it looked much the same from the stands, but it actually had like a really loose top on it.
Yep.
This year seems different. I don't know if it's different dirt or if maybe they've just started with more water in it.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but it's certainly a lot different to last year.
It looks like it's got a nice shine and a stick to it. So yeah, maybe it'll be a bit different played out. But looking forward to tomorrow night together.
Oh, 100%. Even just going off what we were about to say about the shakedown, press ride. I was the first lap rolling. It was just so nervy, and like and it's not even the names. Like I've known Hunter and Jet and Sell Babies. It's not even really that. It's just the atmosphere. I think
where we are, right?
Yeah, it makes it really tense, but it was good. Shook things out. Felt really good. Bike's amazing. So ready to go for tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow for Dylan Wills.
Thank you.
All right, I've got the HRC team manager from America, Lars Lindstrom, with us here in the pits at Marvel Stadium. Lars, welcome to Australia, mate. First off, you've been here a few times, you just said to us.
Yeah, fourth time here, but it's been a long time. It's been 13 years since I was here last with Reedy. But when I was here then, it was here for 5 weeks, so I spent quite a bit of time and around so many Australians all the time that it feels pretty normal for me.
You've heard the accent a few times with Jet and Hunter around and Dazzy and that as well. So yeah, that's not an unusual part for you. I gather you have, obviously we're very early on press day here too, but like compared to about 2012, this is a very different series versus then, because those were the ones that were in sort of showgrounds and stuff at that time too for us. We're in that transition period. So this is going to be a bit of a more normal feeling Supercross for you compared to what you experienced back then from Australian series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Marvel Stadium is beautiful. It's huge. Yeah. Like the floor space is massive, and but very cool, and I don't know anything about AFL, but it's I've been learning.
You don't need to worry about it. Yeah.
But all that stuff is pretty interesting, and just wanted to be here to kind of see the reception for the boys, and spend a lot of time with all of the guys, a part of the MXON, with Motorcycling Australia and Honda Australia, and Yarif Konski and his team down here. So kind of cool just to get a feel for what's going on, support the boys, and celebrate the MXON championships that they've won now a couple times on our bikes and American Honda bikes. Alongside with Kyle Webster too. So just a lot of good memories with all the Australians that I've met, and good to be here to celebrate. Brought my wife with me, so a little bit of a vacation at the same time, and so far, had a great time.
I've got a few things from what you've just said that I'm going to follow up on. One, the floor size things. Does it compare, like stadium-wise, floor space size? How's this compared to an American one first? Let's start there.
I think this one seems quite a bit bigger.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, floor space-wise. We typically race on football stadiums or baseball stadiums, and football are more narrow and decent sized length, and then baseball is oddly shaped, but it works out good for a Supercross track. So yeah, just the size of the floor space I think is the thing that caught me the most. It's got to be much bigger than what we have.
That's actually nice to hear. So yeah, we've got something comparable down here, and that it's awesome to see it here. I'm getting the wind up because they need you over at the press conference for the team managers. So we'll cut this right here a little bit short, but appreciate your time. Good to see you down here with the boys and supporting them. Hopefully they have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lars.
No, you're good.
All right, we are here in Marvel Press Day, getting some other faces than we have been across the Australian Supercross Series. We've got one here. He's the Hunter Lawrence's mechanic. It's Cameron Camera.
Yeah.
There we go. We just had a little moment about trying to say this before, and I'm like, I'm going to stuff this up. But Cameron, welcome to Australia, mate. Have you been here before?
Yeah, we were here last year.
Oh, true. Sorry, I forgot about that part. Obviously, outside of that, have you been here for any other reason other than a bike race?
Last year was the first year, and it was great.
Do you just literally drop in and then then nick off a couple of days later. You haven't really got to do very much outside of that.
When we got in on the first day, we did a whole spread. We got brekkie, bitch, and breakfast, and then from there we went to Tick Ford and checked out some of the supercars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then from there, we went and got meat pies because Jet was he's a machine. He's an eating machine, dude. So
he's young and training, and he can just put it away like nobody's business.
Just getting stuffed to the gills, and I'm like, all right, dude, when can we get a shower? Because we've been traveling for like a day and a half.
So you hadn't even gone to the hotel at this point. You just started off the plane.
In 6:30, boom. Then we go to breakfast. And then we go to Tick Ford. Then we go to meat pies. And I'm just a grease ball at this point. I'm like, dude, get me to the room. I need a shower, dude. So yeah, it's been an epic travel going from Paris because we left on the 11th. Went to Paris. We brought our bags full of parts and frames and all of pretty much our work stuff. And then Paris, France, they supplied a motorcycle, so we tore those down. And then built our works bike with their engine. So
it's their engine, but you're saying so you brought a frame, subframe, swing arm,
airbox, subframe, everything except for swing arm, linkage, radiators, and the engine and tank. Otherwise, everything else was packed in. We all had, I think, 9 bags between the 3 of us.
Just a little couple of extra oversized bags and excess baggage charges.
Like I think it cost the boys when we got on our Emirates flight like $4,000 to get all the shit here. I think it was 14 total. So yeah, we were pack mules.
Wow, that's and then you're getting like 5 carts at the other end trying to load it up and push it through the airport.
It was mayhem, but we got picked up in style in an old 350 Ford. It's like a 1995, dude.
Well, it had to be a Ford to roll into Tickford.
We needed, no kidding.
You couldn't turn up in anything else.
We needed something big too, and the boys handled it, so it was cool. Super cool.
So when you get on the ground here with those bags of parts, how long does it take you to get these things ready to the point that they are now where they roll out for press day?
So yesterday, Yariv supplied the shop and the bikes, and and their mechanics actually were kind enough to tear the bike down for us. So we rolled in, we had our engine there, and we brought some parts, some clutch parts and stator, just so it's more familiar as far as like handle position and engine feel, whatnot. So we got in about 11:30, got situated by 12:15, and then by 3:30, 4 o'clock, we had a race bike built, ready to go.
You guys are professional.
Dude, hey, we get paid to do this for a reason, right? And we had a bit of a time schedule because we had the Yariv Honda party last night, so we had to get things done in order to get there and have the bikes presented for everybody.
Nice. So then on the backside of this, obviously we're racing tomorrow night. You're going to finish 9:30, 10 o'clock. Are you literally here stripping that then, or have you get to go home and have a sleep and come back Sunday?
Yeah, we do get to go home, have a sleep, or at least to the room, and then Yariv again will supply the shop. We'll go back and have more of a mellow tear down and get our stuff packed up, situated, and head on back home on, I think, Monday morning.
I was going to say, I'm assuming this is going to be like a one-day job to get the bikes stripped and then flying the next day. So
stripping down's the easy part.
They always come apart quick, right?
Slam and jam, not so sensitive there.
No. So all right. So then, in terms of, have you guys actually had much of a break? Like obviously your season is 31 races through January to end of September. You've then basically had maybe 2 weeks or something there, have you?
About 2. We got 2 weekends off, which was pretty nice. It's rare because I think we pushed the Paris and Oz race a little tighter. Because typically we'd go home and come back, and this year we went Paris straight here. I think that was better for us.
You're already packed up. You're on the flow of it, right? Just carry it on.
Yeah, we're tired and sleepless nights, but it's a little easier that way.
So do you get a week off on the backside of this as well, or what are you doing? Are you go straight back into it?
I was just talking to Christian, Jet's mechanic, and I was like, dude, we get in on Monday at 6:30 in the morning. I think I'm gonna take Tuesday off. He's like, we got to build photo shoot bikes. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like,
damn it.
I would love to sleep in, and I don't know, it's still up in the air. Might take another day just to get my life back together, and then
just put the which clock am I on back into process, right?
Coming back home was hard last year. I felt like in a limbo of just days and confusion,
Well, you've been on how many different time zones between Paris, then you'd land in Dubai or something?
Our own country, from the east or west coast to the east coast. Supercross, and then you get the 2-week break, and then we go and do MX on the SMX races. Like, it's just an ongoing thing. But I mean, you can see we're happy. We're stoked to be here. The boys take care of us. Oz is amazing.
You've got the right attitude going, so it's all fine.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep a smile on our faces. Like, who else gets to travel the world, build dirt bikes for the baddest dudes on the planet?
You've got a pretty sweet gig on that side of things. You just got to live through it and be awake for the remain through it.
Remind the kids I'll be home in a couple of weeks, you know, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, nice. No, look, we just wanted to get a little bit of that backstory, and we got heaps of it, so that's awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, look, I guess from your side tomorrow, pretty easy gig, stock standard. Just roll the bike out to the start, maybe put a filter in it every once in a while, and away you go.
If that, the track's bitching. We had a little press day right now, and hardly any dirt on the bike. So shoot, check oil, check clutch,
Wipe the front plate, and away we go.
wipe her down, and away we go.
Awesome. So it looks like a good night for you. Enjoy it. Thank you for your time on the AlwaysMoto podcast, and enjoy Stray for the couple of days that you're here, mate.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we found Luke Clout in the pits at Marvel Stadium press day. Mate, you've been on the world tour recently. I've seen some of the footage of you. I think it was Sweden or something. You were going through, there was like the big valley and whatnot, so you was obviously having a nice time, as well as racing all the way around the world. How was the last couple of weeks for you?
Yeah, it's been obviously a bit chaotic. Been flying around the world and meeting a lot of new people, and just experiencing different things. It was something that I wanted to do, and it just fell into place that obviously we had these couple of weeks off and I could go and do it. So I think, it was a lot of fun. My results were good. Riding was really solid, and we're back here now and focused on tomorrow in Adelaide, and try and just ride like myself how I was over there and see where we end up.
Yeah, no, you've had a right attitude to this whole thing ever since unfortunately the first round sort of thing went a bit pear-shaped, but you've made the most out of those other weekends. Like Paris was a wicked result for you, man. That's got to put your name up there in terms of being, coming back to that in future years, right?
Yeah, my riding's been solid. Obviously, unfortunately we had that kind of problem at round 2, but I've just kind of put that in the rearview mirror and just trying to focus on race by race, and obviously I had them 2 races overseas in front of me, and we tried to put the best foot forward there, which we did, and now we're back here and we go for the same kind of mentality I've had, just kind of trying to put all the other riders out of the picture and focus on myself, and I think my speed's really good at the moment. I'm confident, feel good with the bike and stuff, and just ride like myself, and we'll be up there.
Now, in one of my shitty shows through the midweeks and stuff, I said about your bike that you rode in Paris being a 250. I didn't like that idea. I thought that you're a 450 guy, right? I'm like, you don't go back, it's not going to work. And then you made it absolutely the opposite way, right? You had a really good night. Was that your choice? Was that the only option available? Like, how does it that you're such a good 450 rider? I think you would have done really well in the 450 class at Paris anyway. How did we end up there?
So I just got reached out to by Bud Racing, Stefan, and he said, "You want to come and race Paris?" And I said, "Yeah, definitely." And then the next email was, to be on a 250.
You didn't answer that question straight up, right? Yeah.
I was kind of like, well, if that's the opportunity in front of me, why not? Obviously, it's a little bit different to racing the 450 and then going back to the 250. Haven't done that for a few years. I was a little bit nervous, obviously, but once I got on the bike, I was really, really shocked with how actually, it was an amazing bike. I felt really good straight away. We didn't make any changes, a few little suspension clickers here and there, and then I just went on my way and rode, and really rode the 250 well. So it was, it was good fun.
How does those bikes that you've ridden on over there compared to what you've been riding here in Australian Supercross? Are they similar? Have you got similar settings? Like, have you been able to send any data over and they almost match what you've got already, or have they got completely different setup for you?
Yeah, no, it's completely different. Obviously, Germany's a lot tighter. The dirt's a lot different. Yeah. So for me, I just kind of trusted the team, and I just said to them basically, whatever you think works, let's run it. And luckily enough, I felt felt comfortable in Germany. We made a few more changes there just to get me a little bit more comfy, but the team was awesome to be able to make changes on the go, and then dropped back to the 250. We just, once again, I just ran with what they kind of gave me, and it was good. So no complaints. Bikes obviously pretty similar. Suspension was a little bit different. Tyres, obviously, that's a little bit different. Just little things that I had to get used to, but overall, we did a lot of riding, so I got more comfy as it went on. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah, nice. Sounds like you've had a wicked time. Obviously, big night tomorrow night coming up here, and you just got to chill out, catch back up on the sleep and the jet lag and all that sort of stuff. But look, hopefully we have a good night tomorrow night. Don't read any names on jerseys and just go pin it, right?
Yeah, the plan is just to focus on myself, mate. Like, obviously we got some big guys here, but I've raced them before, and I'm confident in my ability and confident with my program and how I'm feeling. So I think we'll be right. Just get good starts, stay out of some trouble, and just be able to ride my laps, and we'll see where we end up tomorrow night.
Oh, good luck. Enjoy Marvel, and we'll 2 rounds to go. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
All right, we found Wilson Todd in the pits here at Marvel Stadium press day. Wilson, mate, the season in Australian Supercross and that little fill-in in Vancouver for World Supercross, it's been a bit rough for you in a couple of ways. You've had a couple of good results in terms of single motos, but it hasn't really been consistently good for you since you stepped back on that 250. Is it a acclimatization period? What's going on?
There's just been a bunch of different little things. Some stuff we're trying to deal with the bike, some stuff dealing with myself, a little bit of crashes, and just there'll be good signs here and there, but it's, I guess, slowly snowballed in a bad direction. And once it starts going that way, it's easy to keep going. So got to just pull the handbrake, do a 180, and
start over.
Turn it all around. But it's definitely tough after it's gone in a bad direction after a while. Some of it out of my control, some of it little crashes, but it's just the way it goes.
So, look, I guess obviously it's been talked about that this move back to 250 is more for you're going to do this in the outdoors next year for Australian motocross, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. Is this like a building thing for you, or is this just this was the opportunity that presented itself to have a solid ride for Supercross?
I'll be riding 450 again next year. Okay. It's just 250. I haven't won a 250 championship in Supercross. I've won many overalls and races, but just never a championship. And I just feel like there's an opportunity to win here in the 250 class, where the 450 class, I've got Dean and some of the other guys.
It's a big stack of classes in SX1.
You're less likely to get a championship in the 450 class, I feel like, and I'm still chasing one on the 250, so I drop back and also not kill myself.
Fair enough. Yeah, 450's got plenty of power. So is this something you're going to try and run again in Supercross, 26, or we'll decide when we get closer to that point?
I decided later on, but I'd probably say so, unless I change my mind next year, I guess.
See how the 450 season goes, I gather, with the motocross and that.
Yeah, see how we go.
Yeah, nice. Oh, well, it's good to catch up with you here in the pits. Hopefully you have a better night tonight. You can reset on all that stuff, and have a good, enjoyable Marvel round.
No dramas, thank you.
Thanks, Wilson.